Are you ready? Here at Vista Murrieta, we ride with class. It's not just what we do, it's who we are. Bold, resilient, and always chasing greatness. And today, we're bringing you someone who took every challenge life threw at him and didn't just overcome it, he shattered it. He has defied the odds, inspired students and leaders worldwide, and now he's here to inspire you. In partnership with Varsity Brands, Broncos, give it up for the one, the only, Kevin Atlas.
Yo, this is dope. What a dramatic entrance. You guys know how to make me feel like Taylor Swift. Hey, I got all the sophomores and the freshmen in here. This is gonna be a dope day. Hey, yo, listen up. My name's Kevin Atlas. I was the first D1 pro basketball player to play with a disability. This isn't gonna be a presentation like you guys might have been used to in the past. Unless you like giant one-arm guys coming into your school. I don't know what you're into, you sickos. I never really connected with speakers when I was your age. Yeah, I promise I'm gonna be real during this presentation. I think there's a lot of fake people on the planet. I choose to be real. You guys are gonna have a sick day. My job is to change your perspective by the time you guys walk out that door. You guys are coming into the most spirited school of the high school, or most spirited school in the country. And I've been to 49 US states and every continent, Antarctica. I've spoken at Facebook, Google, United Nations. I have 2 companies. I'm a face of a multi-billion-dollar company, and this Google paid me $70,000 for the same presentation you guys are getting for free. I'm here because I genuinely care about you, and somebody gave me the blueprints to hack the matrix when I was your age, and I want to give you guys the same. When I was your age, I didn't even know what happiness was. And hear me out. None of you chose to be born. Facts? You didn't even choose to be born. I don't know a single person that's ever chosen to be born. You didn't choose what state you were born into, what you look like, what you sound like, the family you were born into. You didn't choose your siblings. You didn't choose the kids who go to school with you. You're just born around them. Here's a little thing, just prospectively. You have no control or freedom at home. You have no control at school. This is a tutorial to a video game until you turn 18 and graduate. Life hasn't even started yet. And then 35 years from now, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, the tutorial is going to be really challenging because the mechanics of the game are going to be so good. Some of the best games have tough tutorials. You guys are learning the controls. And I want to give you that. I want to give you that gift because I think you guys are ultimately the future of the greatest empire that's ever existed that's rapidly falling apart. Make sense? We're going to do this for an hour. After you guys, we're done here. You guys have 75 clubs out here to become more just connected with this school. You guys want pictures, talk one-on-one, touch this thing. I'm here for you guys today, man. This is your day, your world, we're living in it. Juniors, seniors in the classroom streaming this in. I hope you guys can hear me well. You got a great video production team. I just want to bow to you. You guys have been running this school, and you've been absolutely killing it. So great work. Before I get started, because there's a lot I want to say in a short amount of time, there's 2 elephants in the room I have to address. And if I don't talk about it, you won't listen to anything else I say. So let's get this over with so we can get started. How many of you are wondering how tall I am? See, there it is. I'm 6'11". Cool, guys, thanks. Freak, sick. I'm like Gandalf, like in the Shire, just lurking around this world, I guess. People don't realize this, but if you're 6'9" and taller, you're a legal giant. Which is kind of gross. I'm self-aware of it. I have to duck for doorways. I don't fit. It's like the whole world looks like a kindergarten classroom and everything's super tiny. For my speaking and my 2 companies, I average about 150 flights a year, and I don't know why people like see how freakishly tall I am and sit in front of me and decide to like sit there and recline their seats and crush my kneecaps and their little stupid heads in my face. I hate it, man. I hate it. And I have no chills, so I get weird with it, and I just kind of like breathe heavily, like, yeah, it's so creepy. During COVID, you had to wear masks on planes, and I couldn't do that, and so This honestly happened twice. Two different gentlemen just refused to move their seat up for whatever reason, and I just like physically already have like one arm. I don't need to have just one limb left. So I got weird with it, and I like put my arm over the seat. He went, bah! Scared the hell out of him. It was great. Classic. Traumatized a few guys on planes. Can't knock it if it works. Which brings me to the second thing I got to talk about, because if we don't talk about what happened with my arm, you ain't going to listen to a single thing I say this whole presentation. You're just going to stare at it the whole time. Especially this guy. It's like a bad action figure. It has two movements. It goes like this and it goes like this. That's all you get for free. Pretty classic. So I'm going to tell you what happened to my arm and we're going to get started. Deal? Yo. Hey. I know it's the beginning of the school year. I know that I have the underclassmen, not the upperclassmen in here. Guys, all this whole presentation is, I'm you from the future, man. All I'm trying to do is give you what somebody did for me. Like invest in Bitcoin and everything else I'm going to say in this presentation. Yo, sophomores in here, if you could speak to your sixth grade self for an hour, what would you say and why? That's what this is for me. I don't have to do this. We could end the day. You guys go on your cell phones. I'm here because I seriously, genuinely care about you. And a lot of people put in, obviously, a lot of work. So I want you guys to focus up here as best you can, all right? This is what happened to my arm so we can get started. I was born in Cali, and when I was in second grade, I was about 6 years old. My family and I took a trip to the Big Island of Hawaii. And I didn't come for money. It was my first family vacation. I was super stoked because, I'd really ever been anywhere. And my older siblings were on the beach with me, and my brother was teaching me how to boogie board. And we weren't that far in the water because I was like 6 years old or something. I remember these 4 surfers in the distance screaming at us and waving at us. And we thought it was because surfers hate boogie boarders or they're trying to catch a wave. Didn't happen to be the case, unfortunately. They were trying to warn us something was in the water. And my brother got knocked into the water, and then I got pulled into the water, and I felt this click, and I came out, and my arm wasn't there anymore. And at first, I was in so much shock. I hardly felt any pain at all. My brother and I looked at this thing like, yo, the heck is this? And then it just started bleeding like crazy, just gushing blood. Last thing I remember is somebody screaming, and I passed out from blood loss. I woke up in the hospital with bandages around my arm, and I remember the doctors walking in with some x-rays. And my parents were kind of praying over me, and the doctor said that judging by the bite marks on your arm, it was about a 6.5 foot long bull shark that bit your arm off. And there's no way to recover it. And sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm a horrible person. Kind of a dick move. None of that happened at all, but it's fun for me, and that's what matters, I think. I don't care. This can go both ways. Y'all want to talk? We can do this however you want to. I don't care. I got no chill. Yes. Clap for the man who can't. Dark. We can go that direction. This is your time. I'm not allowed to speak at middle schools anymore. Little kids kept passing out. I think it was a liability issue or something. I'll tell you, horrible human. I'll tell you what happened to my arm. I will. I'll tell you. But again, I'm giving you literally the gift to unlock it. I'm Captain Hook in my pirate army. And this whole presentation is out of love. And I have learned from some of the most incredible people in the world. And I got to be honest with you, my favorite leaders, from Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King to Buddha, they've all mastered empathy. Even Jeff Bezos, the wealthiest man in the world, said Amazon would still be a bookstore if we didn't master empathy here. We got to understand our customers. That you can't be a leader without understanding who's following you. You can't even be consciously kind without empathy. It's a mastery that you guys haven't turned on in your head at this age yet. So, again, none of us chose to be born. For context of this presentation, I'm going to spend 40 minutes talking about me. This presentation is 100% about you. But I need you to know who's sitting up here speaking. 1, some of you guys might be able to relate. 2, some of you won't. And you got to realize what the kid sitting next to you is going through. That's the purpose of this. I want you guys to flex your minds and put your consciousness in my body and feel what I feel. You're going to practice empathy. Is that okay? 4 minutes. Is that cool? All right, this is what happened to my arm. I was born on Friday the 13th. It was also Good Friday. Landed on the same day that year. Supposed to be left-handed too. God's got jokes, man. Sorry, I'm in California. I can't say God. You're gonna cut my other arm off. I was born with all these complications. I wasn't breathing. Doctors had to revive me a few times. They didn't know if I was gonna survive or not, or if I'd be mentally there. A lot of my friends still wonder if I am. But what happened was my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck twice, and my arm got caught in between the umbilical cord and my neck, and essentially took my arm off and saved my neck, saved my life, which I think is a pretty good trade. Blocking shots in the womb, baby, let's go. But I was born into a household with two awesome, loving parents who couldn't get along. When I was 3, my dad and mom, they got divorced, and I'll never forget this. It's one of my earliest memories. It's vivid. My dad came up to me one day, he said, Kevin, guess what, Kevin? You get 2 Christmases now. And I'm like, yes! And that's bad parenting. You know, he's got a divorce. Problem is, I'm from the Silicon Valley, California. If Silicon Valley was its own country, it'd be the 7th wealthiest country in the world. I'm from the wealthiest place in the entirety of the planet, and I'm the poor kid in the rich community. If you guys watch South Park, I'm Kenny. And in my elementary school experience, I got up at 4 a.m. to get ready for school by 5 a.m. because my parents each worked 2 jobs, didn't matter what house I was at, and I left my house at 5 a.m. to go to daycare before school. And then I got picked up at 7 p.m. at night from Boys and Girls Club. I had great parents, never saw them, and because of that, I fell so far behind academically, I couldn't even read till 3rd grade. Thought I was the stupidest kid in town. You guys still play that game Popcorn? You choose on each other to read books? Game sucks, dude. We played in 2nd grade. Someone called on me to read the book. I couldn't do it. Everyone else could read. And they all started laughing at me. So like a champion, I got all embarrassed, and I threw the book across the room. And then I straight up walked out of class, hopped the fence, and walked home, which is a pretty boss move for a 2nd grader. Problem was, the principal thought I got kidnapped, and it was like a whole thing. He had to call the Pleasanton Police Department, like there's a one-armed kid on the loose, you gotta find him. I was at home chilling, watching Pokemon. They were bugging out. Cops can't cuff me anyways, I'm just saying. Glove don't fit, it worked for OJ. I mean, OJ Simpson's done a lot for the one-armed community, bro. You ever see a one-armed guy get arrested? Exactly, no one ever has. Glove don't fit. I was the stupidest kid in town. As a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD. I had a speech deficiency. I couldn't say L's or R's till middle school. I was diagnosed with dyslexia. Dude, I sounded crazy. I was wild. I was in anger management, counseling. They threw me in special needs for a bit. They didn't know what to do with me. Stupidest kid in town. And again, this isn't about me. It's 100% about you. We're practicing empathy, a friendly reminder. Physically, I'm totally self-aware. I'm a freak of nature. I was 5'10" in 5th grade. I had shaggy red hair back then, too. I looked like Ronald McDonald. One arm flopping around, it's a lot. We do songs in class like the YMCA, and I'm the only one not doing it. The teacher's like, Kevin, what aren't you doing the YMCA? I'm like, seriously, bro? Does this look like an M to you? Do the hokey pokey next? Shake it all about. It's dark. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. It's messed up. I know! It's a dark world. What's your name?
Lyric.
Lyric?
Like the lyrics.
Yeah, that's my daughter's name. I got a 1.5-year-old daughter named Lyric, yeah! Lyric, beautiful name. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to play patty cake? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, me neither, Lyric. I never won a game of Twister. Empathy's fun, guys. Come on. A lot of awkward times for a one-armed guy. I never chose this, and again, 4 minutes, there's a purpose to this. I'm giving you context for the rest of this presentation. It's 100% about you. Hear me out. To make matters worse, going into 3rd grade, my father sat me, my brother, and sister down. It was 5 a.m. before we left for daycare before school so he could commute to work. And he sat us down and he said, while you were at your mom's house, I had a seizure. I went to the hospital. They found cancer all in my body. I don't know how much longer I'm going to live. Super blunt. My older siblings ran out of the room crying. I sat there and stared at them because I didn't know what cancer was. I was like 7. Plus, I was pretty slow in the head. We went over that. But how I perceived it was actually pretty cool. I thought your house was a magical place that heals you. Hear me out. You stay homesick from school, you just kind of regenerate, right? So I thought if I saved money for him, he wouldn't have to work 2 jobs and he could come home and rest and get better. That's how I processed it as a little kid. Everybody knew I was the money fiend. If you invited me over to your house, I'd ask your parents if I could do chores for money. It was crazy. I was a psycho kid, and everyone presumed that it was because I was the poor kid in the rich community. They didn't understand empathetically. I was on a mission to save my dad. If there was a quarter on the ground at a grocery store, if you didn't touch it, it was fair game. And I had no chill. You could be an old lady trying to grab it. I'd just straight dive for it and pummel you. I don't care. I did lemonade stands, car washes. I saved up like $240+, mostly $1 bills and rubber bands. And I put it in a pair of shoes I never wore so my siblings would find it and take it out of stash spot, right? My dad was cleaning out me and my brother's room, and he found it one day. He was so ticked off. He thought I stole it or something. He's like, Kevin, get up here. I was like, what do I do now? And my dad had my wad of cash. He's like, where'd you get this? And I looked up at him and I said, I was saving it for you so you could come home and get better. And my dad's 6'9", like 330-pound dude, just absolute Superman, just a refrigerator of a human being. I'd never seen him cry in my life. He starts bawling like a baby, realizing his son is like saving his lunch money to try to save him from cancer, hit him like a truck. Didn't say a word, and I'll never forget his face. And then he just started crying, didn't say anything. He just put my money in his back pocket and walked out of the room. I was like, bro, that's my money, man. Where you going with that? But the timing of this was wild to me, yo. Like, he quit both his jobs within the month, came home, started chemo, the treatment for cancer, and I thought it succeeded. Like $240 was enough to raise 3 kids on. I don't know, but I didn't have to wake up at 4 a.m. anymore. He made my lunches. I went camping, hiking, fishing with him. I thought I saved my dad. I was so proud of myself. Unfortunately, cancer came back and got him. When I was in 5th grade, he passed away in the living room of my house with hospice there, taking care of him, and I held his hand as he took his last breath. And I'm not here to depress you guys. No, I'm just giving you a little perspective here. Because I blamed myself. I went back to school and put this mask on, pretending everything was okay on the outside. Because I didn't want people to friggin' pity me more than they already did. My life sucked. Kids are mean and they're judgmental, and that's the opposite of empathy. And I stood no chance in this world to succeed. I was last. I locked myself away in the room because the world I knew was mean, and I had to turn off my emotions. I had to become numb to survive. And I thought I was the only person on the planet who felt that way. This isn't lucrative for me to be here. I'm here because I genuinely care about you and the anxiety and depression and the suicide rates and the school shootings we're desensitized from. Dude, I'm not the only one wearing that mask. And if that ain't you, good for you. You're lucky. You won the lottery in life. You were born into a great world, understanding that the kids you come to school with this many kids at a school, a lot of them are wearing that mask suffering. And if you are, we're going to take it off today. And if you're not, I'm going to make you a better leader. This isn't me being boastful. I'm not 10 years old anymore, and this isn't about me. It's 100% about you. Listen, I'm just you in the future. I'm not a broken human. I accomplished all my goals and dreams in basketball. That's awesome. They filmed a documentary on my life story for 7 years. Can't even count that high. Follow me around like I was a Kardashian. Filmed me in the shower, too. It's awkward and probably illegal, but gotta sell tickets. That was qualified for an Oscar. Now they're making a motion picture like Blindside Soul Surfer on my life story, which is super humbling. I created a production company. I got 2 TV shows locked in contract. That's super awesome. In the face of Varsity Brands, trying to reshape America's youth because I care about you guys and I think it's really important. Sorry. You know, I literally just became a multi-millionaire and my mom got ill, and then when she couldn't afford her medication, guess who paid for it? And then I bought her a house, surprised her with it, and said, live in it till you die, and I'm really proud of that because I didn't come from 2 pennies. And I want you guys to have everything I have and more. The problem is your guys' perspectives suck. For instance, I thought I was such a dumb kid until I graduated high school in California with an education just like this, and then I was first in class at military academy, and then I graduated at the top 50 business school in America in 3 years as a junior, taking 40 credits a year with no transfer credits on a D1 athletics scholarship. Made the Pen and Sword Honor Society. They take 1 boy, 1 girl every year, never taken anyone from the men's basketball team, let alone a junior. Stupidest kid in town. No, I was comparing myself against the smartest kids in America, which is what this school is. A 2.0 pothead here is a 5.0 Ivy grad student almost anywhere else, but this is your perspective. It's a little drop of water. You have no idea how intelligent you are. And so you call yourself dumb, you don't realize, hey, I couldn't read till 3rd grade. Hachette, the biggest publication company in the world, guess what? They published my book. You know how long it takes a guy with ADHD, dyslexia, and 5 fingers to type a book? This thing's only good for the space bar. I had a speech deficiency. I couldn't say L's or R's to middle school. I spoke to the United Nations. I want you to have everything I have and more. I want you to be successful. I want to make you real leaders. I want you guys to enjoy your high school experience because you don't deserve to make this a 4-year prison sentence. But most importantly, I want you to know something, that you deserve to be happy and you matter more than you can possibly conceive. And I'm sorry if you've never heard that before, but you do. And that's what we're going to do for an hour. Does that sound cool? Yeah. All right, maybe it's me, but like this is supposed to be the most spirit school in America, and I got Lyric and 3 other people saying, yeah, sure, I guess. Because again, this is optional. We don't have to do this. Your energy level's a 2 out of 10 right now. Sucks, and I'm going to call you out on it. You guys want to do this for an hour? Yeah. All right. Thank you, one citizen that I love dearly. We're going to pick up that energy so I can get you guys to blend with the upperclassmen at this school by the end of this presentation. Let's do this. Hey, when I ask you a question in this presentation, I ask you to lift your hand. I want you to lock your elbows because I want everyone else to see that you're raising your hand too. None of this stuff, okay? How many guys in here want to be happy in life? I'm doing a little survey. How many want to be better leaders? How many want to be successful in life? Yo, 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 yo. All the way up or not at all? I didn't raise my hand once. Ha! Hey, how many of you guys don't like high school? Okay, that's fair. That's what we're going to do. You guys cool if we do that? Yeah. Give you the cheat code to life right now. You guys cool? Yeah. All right, here it goes. Do not care where you guys start. It's not up to you anyway. To be honest, this is an insanely wealthy community, and you're at a massive disadvantage because of it. 91% of millionaires don't come from wealth, and I'll go over that. Those of you who are poor are at an absolute advantage. I'll listen up if I were you. So my life did not start when I was born. It started in 7th grade. Somebody did for me what I want to do for you lot. So I went to Pleasanton Middle School. It was literally called PMS. Solid name for a school. And the fact that none of you laugh for that makes me feel like you guys need to like go to health class more or something. Our school colors are red too, which is stupid of them. But I went into middle school, I was 6'4" in 7th grade, just fee-fi fo fum, a giant creature. And I never played organized basketball. My parents threw me in soccer and football because like that was more rational, I guess. My buddy Cody's like, dude, you can't be that big and not play basketball. So this is what happened, man. He had me try out for the 7th grade team with him. And I went to tryouts, and this coach in front of everyone, first day of tryouts, pulled me aside. He explained to me that basketball is a two-arm sport. Try something else. He cut me from the team. Even at 6'4". I was like, you're a jerk, bro. I don't want to play for PMS anyway. The guy closes the door, opens a window. There was a coach in a neighboring town. This guy, Patrick McKnight, this guy ran an AAU program. If you don't know what that is, it's an off-season club travel team. So imagine this. Imagine San Francisco. Imagine all the giant high schools. Imagine the seniors, MVPs of all those high schools, stacked on a nationally ranked off-season team. That's what this was. I'm a 7th grade kid, couldn't even make a 7th grade team at PMS and never played organized basketball in my life. And this coach, however he heard about me, got a hold of my mom, had me come try out for the team. And I walked into that gym. I didn't know no one. I didn't know coach. We didn't know this guy. And I look at it. These guys are like 360 dunking for warm-ups. And I'm at the door, and I literally say, I'm in the wrong place. And he's standing next to the door. He's like, no, you're not. You must be Kevin. Thanks for coming. We start scrimmaging. Oh, dude, these guys just had a dunk competition on me. He's like, real mature. Everyone dunk on the one-arm guy. But then coach blew his whistle. He did something for me I want to do for you. He came on the court, and he looked me up and down. And he pointed at this thing, and he said, Kevin, when you play basketball, why don't you use that arm? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, that arm. Why don't you use it when you play? I was like, chill, bro. I don't have an arm, right? That's the whole thing. He's like, no, man, that thing's a weapon. This thing, guys, I call it my nub. Everybody wave to the nub. Yes, wave to it. Yeah, real weird. Welcome to high school, freshmen. This is going to get crazy. Do I have any, I know you're underclassmen. Do I have any varsity football players in here? Just for fun? Right here? Oh, sweet. Come up on stage real quick. Give him a round of applause. God. My man. What's your name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Cute little fella, little Jeffrey. Let's go. I love it. Jeffrey! What grade are you in?
9th.
You're a freshman? Dang, you're swollen, bro. A freshman? Let's go. Hey, what position you play?
DT.
Okay. So you guys understand the nub Where you guys' bones separate in the forearm, reconnect at the wrist. Mine are like, nah, not gonna do that. So these are two bones, they're like little daggers. You getting nervous, bro? Yes. Yeah? You ever been nubbed before? No. It's gonna be a weird day for you, buddy. I won't do it too hard because clearly you have a game today, but I'll give you like a 5 out of 10, okay? How'd that feel? Not good. You liked it, this guy. Hurts though, doesn't it? Hey, Jeffrey, I want you to pull my arm down. Let's go. You're strong. You ain't stronger than the nub though. That nub muscle, baby, let's go. You're super fast too, it's crazy. It's wild. Sharks can't catch me anymore. I squat up in a ball, this is like a propeller. I'm like, Jeffrey, come here, buddy. I love you. Aww. Go sit down, Jeffrey. Good luck in your game. Hey. Look at that smile. You've been nubbed, bro. This thing's wild. So you guys understand this thing. When I go all out, I've cracked rib cages and I've broken a ton of noses. I'm the world's dirtiest basketball player. There's nothing in the rule book against the one-arm guy just nubbing everyone because they've never been a one-arm player, right? And I post up on the block. I just shank guys with this friggin' thing, man. Refs can't see a little ninja nub. Other guys get all ticked off. They get them in the liver and the spleen, and they try to fight me. And the ref's like, why are you trying to fight the one-arm guy? What's wrong with you? It's classic, baby. One of the next possessions, this guy Marquise is signed to Cal Berkeley at Antioch High School. This dude comes and he doesn't try to dunk on me, he tries to posterize me. And I took coach's advice, but I don't know how to take a charge, and I'm not athletic. I'm a 7th grader, so I nub him. But how it worked is I nubbed him right in the crotch. This poor guy's on the floor crying, just completely defiled him. And he's laying there, and everyone stopped practice, and they started laughing and rolling and all that. And he says something I'll never forget. He's on the ground, he said, "Coach, it's not fair." And I thought that was the wildest thing. I was born dead with one arm in a broken household. I was the poor kid in the richest community in the planet. It wasn't unfair that I had to watch my dad die. It wasn't unfair that I had to play basketball with one arm. It was unfair that I got to. And I came to that gym with everything I needed to be successful, but my mentality absolutely sucked, and I hope you guys are listening, because I've been to 1,100 different colleges and high schools across the country over the last decade, because I overly care about this. And I'm telling you, with the American youth, this is one of the 2 top biggest problems with your guys' generation. And I need you to hear me. Put yourself in my shoes, Jeffrey. Lyric, guess what? Everyone has their own insecurities. ADHD, dyslexia, speech deficiency. I could hide it. I could not talk. I couldn't hide this. Everything I hated about my crappy life, right here. I didn't look in mirrors. Walk in a grocery store, little kids like, "Mom, why'd you got one arm?" The mom gets all weird. A constant state of being uncomfortable all the time. Girls were ruthless, bro. I had no confidence. They thought I had leprosy or something, man. Touch the nub, you get one too. You'd only be so lucky, Jeffrey. This thing, man, is everything I hated about my crappy life. And you know what my coach couldn't do? He couldn't grow it out. He couldn't fix it through basketball over time. He taught me to embrace it, making my greatest weakness my greatest strength. And here's the power of that. And I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this. Little constructive criticism. In the history of all humanity, you are the most sensitive generation that has ever existed. Yeah, the truth does hurt. You are also the generation, and it's not your fault, that lacks self-love. And sure, we can blame social media and everything else, but hear me out. If you can't love you, how the hell is anyone in the world supposed to be able to? If I walked on this stage, Jeffrey, and I was so sensitive about my arm that I put it in my pocket this whole time, don't look at me! I'm a 2-arm man, I swear! I got a Rolex! Yo, this should be wild. It probably is a weird presentation for you, buddy, but I fought this thing around. No one laughs at me, they laugh with me. I don't care. You get me a left arm today, I wouldn't take it. I love this arm. Jeffrey loves it too, don't you, bud? Here's the point. Here's the point. How you supposed to be a lead? Okay, let's just break this down. You are a one of one. There are 8 billion people on the planet. There's one you. You are a Picasso painting. Kids at high school are mad judgmental. You guys get mean in 7th grade. Facts? But you should never apologize. The sooner you can own it and look in the mirror and love yourself right back, guess what's going to happen? You're going to gain confidence. What happens when you lack confidence? You won't find your voice. Hey, I know I have the underclassmen in here. You're good. Her. I care too much to let you not listen to this. Because you'll never fully be happy in life. And what's your Harvard degree matter if you're not happy? And you deserve to be. Listen, you can't, if you don't gain self-love, you'll never max out confidence. And if you don't max out confidence, how are you supposed to be a leader who's going to follow that? If you don't gain confidence, how are you supposed to find your passion to go all in? When you're super confident about something, you absolutely dominate. How are you supposed to make a difference without confidence? How are you supposed to do any of the things you guys want to do in life? You will never be happy. You guys know who Michael Phelps is? Michael Phelps suffered from depression. This is like super awesome. This is the most decorated Olympian of all time, married Miss Universe, the whole works, dude. This guy suffered from depression despite having everything that you guys could fantasize about. And you know what changed him? Ray Lewis coached him, man. This is phenomenal. What changed for Michael Phelps, he trained his brain to be happy. He said, you'll never spend more time with anyone on this planet than you spend with you. And if you don't train that voice, those neurons in your brain to be kind, and you're constantly fighting a battlefield up here, your life's gonna suck, and there's no way around it. You should put that first. So what Michael Phelps did is when he walks through doorways, you know what he does? Gives himself a silent compliment in his head. Every doorway he walks through, he gives himself a silent compliment. And I thought that was relatively conceited, but it's hard to argue with the most decorated Olympian of all time. He's a real-life Aquaman. So I tried to do it. You know what happened, Jeffrey? You know what happened? I hit my head on every damn doorway. I was like, this is so stupid, Michael Phelps. I do it when I brush my teeth in the morning. I had a hard plane ride here, getting here late last night. But before I brush my teeth and I go to bed, I'm not at 100%, I'm tired, I brush my teeth, it could be the worst day of my life. Guess what? I look in the mirror and I literally say, bro, you've survived all your worst days and tomorrow's bound to be better and you're gonna go help people and it's gonna be awesome. You get some sleep, you stallion, you deserve it. And when I go up and I wake up in the morning and I brush my teeth, guess what? I look in the mirror and say, hey, you're losing your voice, you're not at 100%, but dude, it don't even matter. Today's gonna be a great day and you're gonna friggin' own it and you're gonna help a lot of people if someone helped you. Then I walk out to the hotel hallway and I got a smile in my face and constructive criticism here. This is what you lot mostly are doing. You walk into school every day like this. School doesn't suck, the attitude you're bringing to it does. And I'm saying that to the underclassmen of the most spirited school in the country because I don't want you to dissolve what the upperclassmen have built. This is the beginning of the school year for you lot of freshmen. You're coming to a school that needs to be replicated across the country. This school's doing everything right, and you need to be part of it. You need to control that voice. If you don't control the narrative, here's the, hey, just listen to this. It's so fascinating. Most of you are just floating through life. Class to class, assignment to assignment, practice to practice, game to game, you're zoned out. You're not even conscious of what's going on. Next dopamine grab from, I don't know, social media or Netflix. Wake up. When the whole world is looking down, look up. You'll dominate everything. Stop floating. You matter. You're a beautiful piece of art. The sooner you can own it, the sooner you can look in the mirror, the sooner you can train your mind. And it's going to feel weird, but every time you brush your teeth, I highly recommend giving your compliment in the mirror. You need to change this first. You will be happier as a person, and everyone around you will benefit. You have nothing, absolutely nothing to lose by trying. What else does the rest matter? You guys are beautiful, but if you don't believe it, the world ain't going to either. You got that? What happens when you gain confidence? You start dominating. I went into 8th grade with this new set of confidence. I was nubbing everyone. I still hold the shot blocking record at PMS. Let's go! Thanks for cheering for that. It was totally unnecessary, but I'll take it. When I was a freshman, I went to Amador Valley High School, 3,300 kids. I walked into campus as a freshman at 6'8", and you know what happened? I became obsessed with basketball. Right? It's not even my favorite sport. It became my dream to play because I was the laughing stock of town, but when I stepped on the court and started balling out, people started to respect me. It was the only place in the world that I felt like I had a purpose. I want you guys to answer this question. Raise your hand and lock your elbow. Who has a goal or a dream in this world? Be here with us, all the way up or not at all. Look around the room. I'm going to get you guys' energy up. You guys are tired. All right. Let's see. You. Rise. What's your name? Julian. again. Let's go. Weak. Can you guys hear me down here? My bad. You guys are killing it, man. Hey, what are you standing down, girl? Julia? Hey, Julia, real quick, Julia, what's your goal and dream? What do you want out of this world? Louder. Tell them, not me. That was so quiet. You're such a sweetheart. Aw. Say it one more time. To be in what sport? You want to win the NCAA in cheerleading. Round of applause. Let's go. Sit down. Hey, Julia, I want you to keenly observe what's happening. I want you to look around the room and observe what happens. Hey, guys, same question. Who has a goal or dream? I'm impressed by the kids that sit up here. We're going to have to go in the stands a little bit. A lot less hands, and I know something about that. A lot of people looking away now. I get close, huh? Wow. You rise. Weak. Not good enough. You come up on stage. Let's go. That was weak. Yo. I'm no clapping expert, guys. By no means. But that was so weak. What's your name?
My name is Roxy.
Roxy? What grade are you in, Roxy?
I'm a freshman. I'm ninth grade.
9th grade. Hey, Roxy, do you have any idea why I'm doing this? Why I'm asking this question? Any idea? 8 billion people in the world. Do you know, statistically speaking, what the #1 biggest fear in all humanity is?
What is it?
It's public speaking. You know what the #2 fear is?
What?
The #2 fear, out of every fear, it isn't snakes or spiders or heights. You know what the #2 fear is? It's death. So at a funeral, people would rather be in a coffin than give a eulogy. And I asked you guys if you had a goal or dream in here. And I would say 85% of the room raised their hand originally. The 15% that didn't, I've met millions of people from all different walks of life. I've never met somebody who doesn't want anything, even if it's just to be left alone. That 15% is either lazy or lying. And you guys, you're going to have the hardest time in life because you ain't even showing up for it. And then I called on Julia. Oh. And then I asked the same question. And you know what happened? Underclassmen, guess what? We went down to 60%. Which means those who didn't raise your hand the second time, especially when I got close to you and you put your hand down and lost eye contact, guess what that means? You are more fearful of the judgment of your peers than you are passionate about your dreams, and you lack courage. Tough love, still love. Somebody put their foot up my butt, Jeffrey, when I was your age, and I'm here to do the same thing, buddy. Except I wear a size 17, but don't worry, we'll get it up there. The night's young. But you know what? You know who had the courage to raise their hand a second time, looked me dead square in the eyes, and did not care? Guess who had the courage to raise their hand? What's your name one more time?
My name is Roxy.
Roxy. So, Roxy, before you tell us what you want out of this world, the purpose of me doing this, hey. The purpose of me doing this is because you all need to find your self-love so you're not fearful of judgment, so then you could have a voice, because when good men and good women say nothing evil prevails historically, it's exactly how World War II broke out, it's exactly how the Holocaust happened, and almost everybody in the world has passed away since World War II, and that's when history repeats itself. Again, you're the future of the greatest empire that's ever existed that's rapidly falling apart. And if you guys can't find your confidence and voice, and good men and good women can't do what's right because they're fearful of judgment of your peers, then everything collapses. Facts. So this is what we're going to do. I'm in the business of elevating leaders. I couldn't be more proud of you. I know these lights are hot up here, and it's weird to be in front of your school, and you're just a month in, if even, of your freshman year. Mad respect, Roxy. This is what we're gonna do. When I ask somebody to stand up, I have everyone cheer for them because I don't want them to fear judgment. I want them to feel love and support. And that's how you make a positive culture. So, I want you guys to imagine that I have your dog. If you don't have a dog, you do now, and you love it. And I'm on a bridge. And if you don't get up, I'm gonna count to 3, and I'm gonna say cheer for Roxy. And I want you to stomp and clap and yell. I want you guys to feel the energy shift of this room. Listen, if you guys don't participate, I want you to imagine me just punting your dog off that bridge. I don't care. I don't care. Listen, I want you guys to cheer for Roxy like your dog's life depends on it, okay? On 3, let's go. Hey, and Roxy, you have one job. You're gonna look not at the people that stand up and clap because they're forced to and like don't actually give any energy. I want you to look at the faces of those who actually participate and see what you see. Got it? On 3, let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Yeah! Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Look at their faces, look at their faces, look at their faces, look at their faces, look at their faces. Oh! Yeah! Sit down. All right. Hey! Hey, hey, hey. If you actually participated in that, did you not feel the vibration and the energy shift in the room? Roxy, what did you see on the faces of those who participated?
Happiness.
Happiness. So does school suck or is it the attitude you're bringing to it? And hear me out. And hear me out. Those of you who wouldn't stand up for Roxy? Well, if you were gonna stand up and clap for her, why the hell would anyone stand up and clap for you? This school's energy is rare and I intend to preserve it. This is a special place and we're gonna continue what the upperclassmen and the admin built. So, I'm gonna give you a little redemption. I want Roxy to tell us what she wants out of life. No wrong answers. You're going to yell your dream as loud as you can, and we're all going to cheer for her once more. And those of you who didn't, you're introverted, you're not generally giving energy, this is out of your comfort zone. I'm challenging you guys to like get up and do it, okay? Roxy, real loud, what do you want out of life?
I want to run cross country.
Let's go, Roxy! Smiling now, wow, yeah, yeah, woo! Hey, good job, go sit down, Roxy. I love it, I love it. Sit down. Yo, hey, guess what? Thank you guys for giving the energy the second go round. Look at you, buddy. You still can't stop smiling. Don't look behind you. You know who I'm talking to. Hey, no oohs. There will not be judgment on my watch at all. They joined and participated, and they smiled. Welcome to the family. We're all glad you joined. Fascinating. Still some pockets up there who aren't bought in, who aren't standing up. Little food for thought, and I hope this haunts you when you go to sleep at night. Who the heck is ever going to support you if you don't stand up and do it for others? Listen, Roxy, whatever you want. It could be cheerleading, it could be cross country, it could be basketball. It doesn't matter at all. I'm gonna give you the blueprints right now to be successful, but it is by no means why I'm here, so I wanna do it quick. Again, I didn't come for money. I changed athletically, I changed academically, I changed financially, all by doing this thing, right? And I'm not selling you anything, I'm giving it to you as somebody did for me, I just applied it. I didn't make my 7th grade basketball team, Jeffrey. Guess what? By the time I'm a senior in 12th grade, I was ranked top 50 players in the state of California. And I had scholarships to Pepperdine, St. Mary's, San Francisco, Cal Poly, walk-ons at Notre Dame, UNC. I had Princeton and Dartmouth. How? 4.5 years, one arm. I played basketball. How did I get there? How? This is exactly how. I'm going to teach you guys to be successful in all that you do. But again, I care more about your success. I care about you. So this isn't why I'm here. If you guys want to be successful in life, this is how. Jeffrey, my coach, came up to me when I was a freshman. Patrick McKnight, the same coach that taught me about the nub. He's like, he looks like Biggie Smalls, to give you a visual. And he's such a good dude, but he's crazy. Here comes that foot I was talking about, Jeffrey. This guy came up to me my freshman year and said, Kev, guess what? I heard you want to go play D1. I heard that you want to go pro in basketball. Yeah, guess what? Buddy, it's never going to happen. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you're a jerk, coach. I'm going to nub you. And you know what he said, Jeffrey? You know what he said? He said, I talked to your mom. I know what you do when you go home from school. You go home from school, eat a snack, and watch Netflix. Ooh, I'm a horrible person. And then you come to practice like every other basketball player in the country isn't coming to practice and working hard. And then you go home, shower, eat dinner, procrastinate in your homework. Most of the time you don't do it because you're on Xbox or YouTube. And then you go to bed, you wake up the next day, you do the same thing. Your routine sucks, your habits suck, legends are made behind closed doors. 0.03, 3 out of every 10,000 male basketball players in America get a D1 scholarship. No one has done it with a disability, and you ain't gonna be the first, kid. You ain't got it. And you know what I said, Jeffrey? You want to know? I'm not gonna front. I didn't say a word. Dude walked away, and I cried like a little baby because he was right. And here's the important thing. You guys come from that San Diego area in between LA. A lot of you come from wealthy backgrounds. You're at an absolute disadvantage. You don't grow in your comfort zones, and you got a much bigger comfort zone. Think of the best rappers of all time, the best athletes of all time, most of them, the Hall of Famers, every billionaire. Name one of the richest guys in the world coming from wealth. Interesting. You want to be successful, Jeffrey? Guess what? Sometimes, statistically speaking, at this age, and particularly males, suffer from a disease called an ego. And what that ego is, I want to define this for you guys. Jeffrey, listen. It's like wearing medieval body armor. And when your buddy loves you enough and cares enough, you are playing football in first person. This guy's watching you in third person. Tries to give you a little advice, constructive criticism. Isn't roasting, you're making fun of you. Hey, try it this way. And you turn around and you instantly go, hey, you don't even get no burn time. I'm way better than you. What are you talking about? You don't know anything. That's called your ego. You know why? Because your body, your psyche doesn't want to come out of a comfort zone. It wants to stay in that comfort zone. It doesn't want to grow. So you naturally get defensive and bark back. And you know what you should be afraid of, Jeffrey? You really know what you should be afraid of? When your coaches and your teachers and your parents and your friends stop giving you constructive criticism, because what that means is they don't care anymore. But if you can drop your ego because you know you come from the gutter and you're the laughingstock of town and your life freaking sucks and all you have is basketball, you don't really have an ego because you know what you are. The whole world made it, you feel like it your whole life. So you drop an ego and humble yourself, that's when you grow. I went up to my coach the next day and said, my life sucks, coach, you're right. How do I make a change? How do I make it? And he said, I'm glad you asked how. How became my favorite word. What's my favorite word? What's my favorite word? Everybody on the planet wants something. The people that obtain it, the people that actually get it, figure out. Here's an example. Hey, Roxy, you don't want to be a track star, right? You don't want, I'm going to. Change the narrative. You don't want anything. I'm going to be a track star. Why would anyone tell you you can't? Because I was born before you? That gives me the credibility to tell you you can't? Change the narrative. I'm going to be a track star. I'm going to win the NCAA championship as a cheerleader. Yeah. What's my favorite word, baby? How. Coach said, Kevin, this is how. Scientists believe it took 3 million years to evolve the human brain, but it takes the average person 21 days to rewire it. Lyric, do you think when you blink or do you just blink? You just blink, right? It'd be weird if you thought about it. If you walked around, I should probably blink right about now. That'd be super weird. It just, right? Automatic. You don't think when you breathe, right? You guys don't pee your pants when you go to bed anymore. Facts? I hope not. Isn't it cool that you trained your brain to wake you up to use the restroom in the middle of the night and you get that for the rest of life? Guess what? I don't think when I duck for doorways anymore. It's like blinking. It's a second nature because I hit my head enough times to consciously duck, and now I don't even think about it. I automatically duck. It takes 21 days to rewire the mind and make a new habit. How many days does it make to make a new habit? 21. How many days? 21. Jeffrey, this is what we're going to do. This is me. This is Coach McKnight. This is me now, and this is you. He said, Kevin, I'm going to tell you a secret. You want to be successful? We're going to stack habits. I still want you to go inside and eat a snack and watch Netflix. This isn't a New Year's resolution. You don't know how to work out in the weight room because all the equipment's made for a 2-arm guy and you got 1 arm. I was like, thanks for noticing, coach. Cool, cool, cool. And he's like, he baited me, bro. He just cared too much. He had a duffel bag suitcase in his office filled with bricks. And he's like, when you go home, go in your backyard. Still go watch Netflix and eat a snack. But before you do, go in your backyard, do a squat, lift that bag of bricks 100 times. As you get stronger, add more bricks. 21 days later, I'm zoned out doing it. This thing's pretty tough, ain't it, buddy? It's pretty strong. It's like stacking bricks. The second habit, I'm broke. Why am I watching commercial breaks when I watch TV? So coach said, hey, do 1-arm push-ups beginning to end of commercial breaks. You're going to watch less TV for sure, but you're going to build out your chest because you need to be able to box people out. And if you can't hold off defenders, this isn't strong enough. No one's going to pass you the ball in the post. Oh, okay. 21 days later, I'm at Ryan Duffy's house with his parents watching TV, my buddy. And you know what? Commercials came on, and I started doing push-ups. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's like blinking. How many days to make a habit? 21. This is hey, if you want to be a good leader, you have to master empathy. You'll make an impact in the world. If you want to be a good leader, you have to master optimism. If you want to be successful, there is a mastery to success that every successful human being on the face of the planet outside of a mommy and daddy's trust fund, hey, shh, with the murmurs, listen, hey, I have an impossibly high standard for a really hot room with a bunch of underclassmen that just got into their freshman year because I care too much. And I'm doing this for you because it works. The mastery of success is self-discipline. The difference between you and Elon Musk when it comes to time is nothing. What you do with it defines you. When I got good at self-discipline, stacking habits, controlling my time, guess what? I started to grow faster than everybody else. And when I got really good at this, guess what I did? Hardest habit I put myself on in high school. I suffered so bad from asthma. I had an asthma attack in 8th grade. They had to call the ambulance to pick me up and take me to the hospital. I thought I was going to die. That cost my mom $3,000 in a medical bill she couldn't afford. She almost had me quit playing. But when I got good at self-discipline, I made the habits harder. I got up at 5 a.m. in high school, right? I started to get up at 5 a.m. That's like sleeping in an hour from my elementary school experience. I put hard-boiled eggs on the burner. I put 8 of them because I needed that protein to build my muscles out and focus in class. I needed some sort of nutrient, so I wasn't starving. I ran 2 miles outside. I came back and I ate the eggs and I showered and I went to school. How many of you guys think that 2 miles before school every day is a lot? Yeah? Cool. Guess what, guys? It's 20 minutes if you're slow. It's 20 minutes if you're slow. Okay, 2 10-minute miles is slow. You'll get faster real quick, I promise you that. It's 20 minutes if you're slow. You have 20 minutes 72 times a day. And you let a day go by without getting closer to your dream? Waste. Ain't never gonna happen. Hey, what'd you do yesterday to become a better cheerleader? What? You stretched. I guess that's a fair answer. I wouldn't know enough about it. That's awesome. Good for you. Hey, Roxy, you want to play? You do track? You want to go NCAA for track, right? What'd you do yesterday? Oh, cross country. What'd you do yesterday? You ran 3 miles with everyone else in cross country? Okay, so everybody in cross country in the country ran 3 miles yesterday. What'd you do more than them? You see what I'm getting at now, though? Jeffrey, you want to be a football player? Zach Ertz won a Super Bowl for the Eagles at tight end. He was on my AAU team. Aaron Gordon, Drew Gordon played basketball with me. Stephen Piscotty in the Oakland A's was on my high school team. My next door neighbor is Brandon Crawford of the San Francisco Giants, who's won 3 World Series. And every day, thud, 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 on the side of the house, he's throwing a friggin' baseball. I'm like, shut up, get some friends. His first hit in the major leagues was a grand slam. Hey, how many days does it make to make a habit? 21. Freshman year, most improved player award. Sophomore year, most improved player, defensive player award. Junior year, most improved player, defensive player, MVP. Senior year, most improved player, defensive player, MVP. Which award do you think I cared about the most? Most improved. I grew faster than all of you. When the world has their phone heads down on a phone, I looked up. That's it. Thank you. But it isn't about me. It's 100% about you. Hey, if you want to be successful, and I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm going to move on. But if you want to be successful, it takes 21 days to make a habit, okay? If you have anxiety and stress, let me see your phone, and I'll go to settings and see how many hours a day you're spending on this. Right? I would highly recommend, if I wanted to be a football player, I put it on the top of a piece of binder paper. I'm going to be a football player. I'm going to make the NFL. And I'm going to look up my favorite player on this magical place called YouTube or Google and find out one thing that Kobe Bryant did to be a better basketball player. And I'm going to write the number 1, and I'm going to write my first habit, and I'm going to tape that sucker on the ceiling over my bed so it haunts me. And even the days I fail, and I will fail, and you're going to fail, Jeffrey, but if you keep consistent, you're also learning self-discipline, and you can apply it academically, financially, anything you do in life you'll succeed at. It's the only way. Are you using time, or is time using you? How many days to make a habit? 21. How many days? 21. All right, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I want you guys to feel. I want you to be happy. I want you to be good leaders. I want you guys to continually grow the most spirited school in the country and raise your bar constantly. Self-love is the second biggest problem with the American youth. The first problem is this: me, myself, and I. Here's some constructive criticism. Hey, I know it's 3,000 degrees in here and it's really hard to focus, especially at your age. I just need you to hear this. You have been manipulated the entirety of your lives to put yourselves first. Hey, it's not your fault. But this is why, if you're not happy, this is why. My goals, my dreams, my stats in sports, who's following me on social media, right? How many followers I got, what college I go to, my girlfriend, me, iPhone, iPad, me. Hey, effective leaders don't put themselves first. Neither do happy people. I didn't know what happiness was your age. And here's the problem at most schools across the country. A lot of your sports teams and athletic teams, man, everyone comes to football games, but what about everybody else? Jeffrey, stand up. Round of applause. Come up here, Jeffrey. Yo, if you're on the football team, stand up. Let's go, football guys. Stand up, everyone. Give them a round. Hey. Your energy is whack again. Give them a round of applause. Let's go, football. Let's go. There we go. These are your teammates? Cool. Do I have any sophomores? You're a sophomore. Come up here, too. What's your name? Nathan. Nathan, you have an awesome set of hair. It's kind of like a little cushion for the nub. I love it. Nathan, I love you, buddy. So you're a sophomore?
Yep.
Cool. And you're a freshman. Sick. How was the season last year?
It
was okay?
Experience. It was all right.
Okay. You guys excited for, is this your first game coming up or second game? Or?
It's our third game.
Third game? How you guys doing so far?
Fourth game.
Undefeated? Let's go. Okay. What's your name again? Nathan. Hey, I guarantee you guys probably get a sick, dope crowd coming to your games, don't you? Yeah? You do? Look at those smiles. You guys like it, huh? You do? Awesome. Hey, I want you out of the courage to look me in the eyes and tell me the truth. And I'll know if you're lying. No one else is here, and I will not condone judgment in this room. Hey, do you have a cheerleading team? Do they come?
Yeah.
They support you?
Yeah.
Do you got a band?
Yes.
They come? Color guard come? Let's use band. Band shows up. How many times does band show up? All of them? All the home games? How many games is that? 5. 5? Dope, 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 dope. Hey, I want you to be honest with me, Nathan. Last year, how many band concerts you been to? None. None. Huh. Fascinating. Me, myself, and I. Me. Hey, here's my point. Your upperclassmen are doing a solid job, but we got to, guys, get you on that page. Listen. They supported you 5 games all year. You've already had 3 games. They support you this year, and you never thought once to go to a band concert. Other football guys, please stand up. Why you just sit down? Football guys, keep standing. Why do you sit down? Because, hey, it ain't just you. Fellas, sit down if you haven't been to a band concert. Now you can sit down. Sit down if you honestly haven't. You didn't go to a band concert last year. You guys all went? Oh, okay. Took you a little while. Pending, right? Man, football guys, gosh, dude. You guys went? Concussion protocol over here. This guy went. Yeah? Yeah! Hey, what's your name? West? West, guess what? You're off the hook. Sit down. You, stand back up. You're getting nubbed, buddy. Hey, you fellas, you're too cool to go to a single band concert and they support you every game. Did you know that band concerts go on a lot longer than your season? Did you know you could show up after your season in jerseys without pads on, just like you are right now? Not as an individual, as a team. West, why didn't you bring the rest of them? And you guys could go friggin' crazy for band just once a year, forever, and that would probably mean a lot to band because they put in a lot of work for you. Facts? Hey, Nathan, you're a sophomore. Imagine if you guys were gonna win state championships, not in Rhode Island, but in California. You were the best team in the state. De La Salle from a game stance tall was in my high school conference. They made a movie about them losing a game. Yeah, imagine if you were that good and no one showed up. Now empathize with a lot of the other teams, drama, clubs, who put in all the work and no one shows up from them. That would suck, wouldn't it? Yeah, because coast to coast, football gets the most love, men's basketball second, and then volleyball, if your spirit's really good, everything else is a crapshoot. How sick would it be if we changed that? That would be dope, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Where'd you go, buddy? Football guys, you over there. How sick have you guys made a tradition here that after your season's over, once a year forever, the football and the rest of the school's welcome, and I encourage you to show up too. But how cool would it be if the football showed up to a single band concert? You think that'd mean a lot to them? Yeah, definitely. You want to do that? Yeah. You know the incoming freshmen coming in next year when you're a sophomore, guess what? They won't know that every school in the country isn't doing this. They will be like, yeah, this school's probably done that for 100 years. We don't know, because that's all they'll know. They'll know it's a tradition. Wouldn't that be dope? You want to start it as a sophomore? Yeah, you want to do it? Yeah. Okay, tell them. Do it right now. Yell real loud. Tell them you're going to a band concert. Do it. Let's go! You cool with that? You guys cool with that? Sit down. Give it up for band, everyone! You guys go sit down. Hey, my respect. Hey, Nathan, you just projected your voice in front of the whole half of the school here like a real man. That was impressive. You're a great leader. You sat in the front row. Mad respect. Thanks for having your voice. I challenge you to encourage others to be able to have that too. Good job, Nathan. Okay. Hey, thank you, Mrs. Cheerleader. You guys kick butt. You specifically give spirit to everyone else, but you guys have cheerleading competitions, don't ya? Hey, Nathan, how many times have you gone to a cheerleading competition? Yeah, just so you know, cheerleading, it's the toughest thing on campus. It's the toughest sport. All the girls have to smile and pretend they're happy, and they're barfing backstage. And don't forget spirit fingers. I'm not good at them. You guys show up for everyone else. Wouldn't it be cool if you guys got a little love? Yeah? Can I ask you a question? How many cross-country meets have you been to? You don't cheer for the school? Well, you should. You'd be a great addition. You totally ruined my point. Point is, Roxy, you want people to show up to your cross-country meets? How many band concerts you been to? Then why the hell would anyone show up for you? This isn't about football and band. It's about all of you guys showing up to support each other. You have teams, you have clubs. Do not do high school alone. Life is hard enough. Go join a club. Hey, get a crew. You guys deserve it, and then it'll feel like a family. That's how you do it. Right there, Nathan. That is how, as a group, you guys become a better leader and create an awesome culture here. You got it? What's my favorite word? What's my favorite word? How do you do it as an individual? This is how. Rise. Hey, come on. Look at this guy. Look at it. What's your name? Henry. Henry? That's you look like a Henry. You wear your best overalls today like a champion. You got the hair of a golden god. Look at, I don't know what conditioner you're using. You're crushing it, Henry. Hey, Henry, what grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman, so you just got here. School hasn't been in session for that long, but hey, little constructive criticism for you seniors and juniors out there in your classroom, hopefully watching this and paying attention. Henry, hey, I know you don't know me, but guess what? First off, Swag Central, crushing it today. Secondly, listen, the reason I picked you, you got a great energy about you, dude, and you got an awesome smile, and I'm sorry if the upperclassmen have never shared this with you. The school is really, really lucky to have you, and I'm glad you're here. And I know you don't know me, but you don't choose your brothers and sisters, right? No, you also don't choose who you go to school with. And this, you spend half your time here. This is your second home. I want you to consider me a brother. And when you walk down that on campus and you see me, you better give me a high five and say what up and smile. You better not walk in with your earbuds. I'll get you. No, I'm just kidding, Henry. Henry, I got your back, bro. Anything you need, we'll get through this together. I got you. Let's go. Yo, Henry, sorry to put you on blast. Henry, I'm looking at your eyes, and I'm just reading. How'd that make you feel? It made me feel loved. Made you feel loved. When is the last time somebody outside of your comfort zone has given you a genuine, sincere compliment? Do you remember? Room for improvement, seniors and juniors. Hey, I'm not here to patronize the best school in the country. I'm here to make you better. How many days does it make a habit?
21!
I just literally gave a dude a sincere, genuine compliment and let him know that I was here for him, and he's holding back tears. You have no idea what mask some of these kids are wearing. That took me no time. Imagine if you stopped zoning out, floating through life, and lived in the present. You know where your depression and anger come from? Past tense. Somebody passed away. Past tense. Somebody made fun of you, and you want an argument that happened 7 years alone naked in the shower. Past tense. You're living in your mind. You know where your anxiety and stress comes from? Future. You're making up problems in your mind that haven't happened yet and probably never will. Do you know, Nathan, why they call the present the present? It's a gift. It's a gift. How many days to make a habit?
21.
How many days to make a habit? 21. Highly recommend you make a habit out of living in the present. What's my favorite word? What's my favorite word? You. What's your name? What is it? Danica? Oh, I love it. And what's your name? What is your name? Luca. Luca? That's the coolest name. Luca, what grade is Luca in? Luke is a freshman. That's awesome. I hope you guys can see her. Hey, Luca. Hey, Luca. Yo, welcome to high school. Luca, I know that at times things might be a little challenging. I get it. But guess what, Luca? This school is so much better for having you. It really is. You two are a ray of sunshine. What's your name again? Danica. Danica? Do you like school? Yes. Yeah? You like school? A lot of you guys don't like school. You like school? Does Luca love school? Yeah. I wonder why. Hey, raise your hand if you know these two. Raise your hand if you don't. No wonder you don't like school. You're sitting at the wrong table. Might be the happiest people here. You are an absolute blessing. You are an absolute blessing. We're all lucky to have you. I want to high five. Love you. Round of applause for them. Love it, Luca. Look at that smile. How many days to make a habit? How many days to make a habit? What's my favorite word? You, Mr. Sir. Rise. Yeah, you. Oh. Look at this guy. Come up here. Oh, just go up the stairs. What's your name, sir?
Mark Villian. Mr. V.
Mr. V. Let's go. Hey, Mr. V. You a teacher here?
I'm a substitute.
You're a substitute? But still, already, we don't even have the upperclassmen in here, and still people are cheering for you. You know why? Because you're a genuine human that is here because they want to be, and you're real, and they absolutely respond to that because they love you. Interesting. Hear me out. Mr. V. Mr. V. How long you been doing this?
Subbing about off and on for 10 years.
10 years? Wow, dude, a whole decade. Hey, coaches in the room, teachers in the room, admin in the room, everyone in the room, you adults. I had great parents and I never saw them. And that sucks. But you know what? I'm the epitome, and all that I've ever done, I credit back to people like you. You are underpaid, you are underappreciated. It isn't rational being a teacher, not even a sub. Post-COVID, COVID sucked in California, dude. I mean, I got the shot too. I got the Johnson, the one they gave to the homeless. Wrong choice. I'm just kidding, buddy. Listen, you still showed up. And you still showed up, and you still showed up. And I'm sorry when you try to give life lessons and you guys care so genuinely about these kids, and you're underpaid and underappreciated, and sometimes you give them, like, I don't know, some life advice or constructive criticism, and they don't turn around and say, thank you so much, Mr. V, I really needed to hear that. I am the epitome of all you guys doing your jobs too well. I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for people like you. Genuinely, with all my heart, thank you for what you do.
Honestly.
Give it up for him, real quick. Let's hear him. I'm going to put my face. It's only weird if you make it weird, but I want everyone to be able to hear you.
I generally find that the students here in the Murrieta are really great.
They are.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. I love you, dog.
You're a good guy.
Hey. Mr. V. Let's go. Okay. So, yo, Mr. V. Mr. V, how'd that make you feel? Wonderful. New York cat. Henry. I found the only other guy with overalls better than yours. Listen, I hope you heard that. When was the last time you thanked a teacher or a coach? When's the last time you consciously put yourself aside and put someone else first? What about your janitors who clean up your mess? What about the lunch lady? What about the, I don't know, the bus driver? Listen, everyone here is underappreciated and underpaid to serve you. The school can be however you want it to be, but instead of complaining about problems, solve them. They will give you the power to. I spoke to the admin this morning. It's a rock star admin. They're phenomenal. And you know what? 75 clubs you can choose from. Be a part of something. But don't forget, stop putting yourself first. If you said one kind thing to somebody on campus outside of your comfort zone in 21 days, it's like blinking, and you'll be a massive positive human being in a negative world that needs it. You'll be a part of the cure, not the disease. What are you afraid of? Lyric, you gotta, hey, listen. They gave me 90 minutes. I know it's hot in here, and I know I have the younger classmen who are harder to focus, but I need you to hear this. Because Lyric, I keenly observed you have a cross necklace on. This isn't religious. I know where I'm at. I'm in California. This doesn't matter. It's just historic. Hey, are you Catholic or Christian?
I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian. Hey, Lyric, don't even, hey, no, listen. Lyric. Hey, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen somebody sit alone at lunch? Middle school, high school?
Sometimes, yeah.
You've seen kids sit alone? Hey, listen, come on, guys. I hear the murmurs. I can hear everything. He goes, shut up. Shut up. Lyric, you've seen somebody sit alone at lunch? Yeah? Did you ask them to come and sit at your table? Be honest. You did? You ruined my point, but good for you, Lyric.
Sorry.
What do you mean, sorry? Thank you. Mad respect. Here's the thing. There's a story, 66 books in the Bible. There's this dude, whether he's the Messiah or just a really cool leader, Jesus Christ. He was alive for 4 of the 66 books in the Bible. And you know what this dude did? There was a girl getting stoned to death. And no, Jeffrey, that doesn't mean smoking weed till you die. It means people throw rocks at you until you die. Horrible way to go. And you know what? The Pharisees were the ones throwing the rocks. And this dude came up in rags, and he looked at this girl. She's a prostitute, and she's getting stoned to death. Do you think, you know what Jesus did? Everyone else is standing around watching it. Jesus walked up and said, though without sin, throw the next stone. Which one of you is going to judge her? Go ahead. You've never made a mistake? Cool. Go ahead. Throw a rock. I'll give it to you. He flexed on them. Pharisees walk away. Do you think Jesus was really excited about her being a prostitute? Probably not, right? But did he judge her? No. Hey, he didn't judge her. He picked her up and said, I have 11 stinky fishermen and a tax collector no one likes. Come sit at my table. If you guys are seeing people sit alone at lunch, what's stopping you from picking them up and inviting them in? And if it's judgment of your peers, you're sitting at the wrong table in the first place. Take off the necklace. Or, and hear me out, how many days does it make to make a habit? I would highly recommend you consciously live in the present and constantly grow forever. And here's the power of it. Lyric, Jeffrey, Nathan, 2 seniors my senior year literally saved my life. And this is what happened. I got a call on my phone. Can I have a time check? 15? Cool. Hey, my senior year, I got a call. It was an area code. There was no number behind it. I've never got a call, not even a sales call, from just 3 numbers. Never seen a call like that. I was in Mr. Poctagon's English class. I picked up it in class. If you have a phone, don't pick it up in class. I'm not encouraging that. But he wasn't looking, and I just wanted to see who it was. So I picked up my phone. I was like, hello? And they're like, is this Kevin? I said, yeah. And they said, this is the White House. And I hung up on them. I thought it was a prank. They called back. I excused myself to the hallway. They said, hey, this is the White House. President of the United States of America saw you in the news playing basketball with one arm. Says you're one of his heroes, wants to meet you. Would you be interested? As a 17-year-old kid, I was like, let me check my schedule, pencil him in. That sounds sick. I walked back into class. Mr. Poctagon's like, what are you doing? I was like, the White House called me. And he didn't believe me. He's like, shut up, buddy. Sit down. 3 weeks later, I'm in Mr. D. Piola's math class in the back left row. And I remember this so vividly because it was sketchy. Secret Service walked in the classroom, 2 dudes with these earbud things, right? And they said, Kevin, come with us. And they straight up kidnapped me. And you know what the worst part was? No one said a word. Tell me how you really feel. They put me in an SUV. I went to San Francisco Airport. They drove me to San Francisco Airport where the President of the United States flew down on Air Force One to meet me. Coming in for an event. That's pretty dope. It was George W. Bush, his last year before Obama came in. And he retired and became a painter. Classic. I got to meet Obama too one time. It was awesome. I got invited to Trump's inaugural ball, didn't go, and I got invited to Martha Vineyard to do a Biden rally thing, but I didn't think he'd remember it anyway, so. I don't care. I'm running for president someday, guys. No more handouts. It's a great slogan. Listen, here's what happened. President comes off the staircase. I'm a senior in high school. He shakes my hand. Kevin, it's an honor to meet you. Yo, he spends 40 minutes with me. Same dude who didn't make his 7th grade basketball team because some random dude's dad, who was born first, decided it was a 2-arm sport. Then I don't know, Stop looking at this like, why me? And start like, hey, dude, I have a nub, whatever. It doesn't have to suck. I'm going to laugh about it. No one's going to laugh at me. They're going to laugh with me. My confidence grew, and then I controlled my time, and I grew faster than everybody else. 4.5 years later, I'm getting recognized by the most powerful person on the planet for blowing out with one arm. Sounds like a bumper sticker. It sounds cliche, but if you don't believe in you, no one else is going to. So you better raise that confidence and self-love, and you better get your habits in order. Problem was, I was born on Friday the 13th. Ironically, today's Friday the 13th, and I had a basketball game that night, Jeffrey, and they got 2 cop cars to escort us through San Francisco traffic to get me back to the game because I was running late. They postponed the game for this diva. And I went in there. I didn't have time to stretch or warm up. And I went in and did jump ball. And then I went in and dunked a basketball. The first quarter of the basketball game, I landed on my leg wrong and I broke it. Same day, man. I was rushed to the hospital. I was rushed to the hospital. I was watching myself on every national news station meeting the president, but I was sitting in a wheelchair with a broken leg. Worst part about a one-armed guy in a wheelchair, you kind of spin around in circles, bro. It's rough. But all those coaches taking a chance on Captain Hook, maybe. Captain Hook with a peg leg, too much pirate for anybody. Maybe I could play for the Raiders the way they played last week. Yeah, I know, it's tough. Hey, they withdrew all my scholarship offers. I was so confident I was going to college, I didn't even apply to school, nor could I afford it. You know what I did? And this is me taking my mask off, and I hope you in the classrooms are hearing this. All I had in my crappy life was basketball, and it was taken away like a sick joke. How are you going to meet the president and break your leg the same day, and all your dreams are gone your senior year, and have a stupid documentary camera shoved in my face as if my life wasn't hard enough? And you know what I did? I took the bottle of painkillers Doc gave me, took the whole bottle at once, enough to kill a horse. I shouldn't be alive today. Every time I take a breath, it's a blessing. I woke up 2.5 days later, dazed and confused. I was trying to escape because my life sucked without basketball, and I didn't see a future in it. And if you're going through that, get help. This school has help. It's okay not to be okay. You haven't even started life yet. You haven't graduated here. Don't take all the bad and none of the good. You know what saved me? Nathan. 2 kids at my school, 2 seniors who are actual leaders, did something pretty incredible. I went to school with a sophomore. A sophomore has a super rare disease. A sophomore, Josh, his head and his feet and his hands grow, his body doesn't. His hands and his feet and his head are the size of a 16-year-old kid. His body is the size of a baby. And the person with this disease that lived longest before him lived till they were 9 because your organs grow faster than your body and you pop and die. And he's 16, he crushed this record. Empathize. I asked you to empathize with me in the beginning of this presentation. Put yourself in Josh's shoes. He rides around campus on this little electric cart on his belly with his head propped up with oxygen in his nose. Never sat up a day in his life because his backbone can't support the weight of his head. Oh, and by the way, guess what? 100% mentally they're better GPA than me. Imagine if you were trapped in a baby's body and the whole world walked past you and looked down at you and pitied you with their eyes. How would that feel? That'd be hell, wouldn't it? Yeah. His mom takes him out of class twice a day to change his diapers. And y'all worried about being judged? And you know what these kids did? They didn't zone out with the earbuds in and just float through life trying to get through. No, they went out of their normal routine and they asked him, hey bro, this wasn't for a grade. They just asked him, how can we involve you more? This must be really hard. And he said, I'll never play sports. That's the hardest part. So they got creative. They went to Home Depot, got a wooden stick, Bed Bath & Beyond with their own money, their own time, made a purple bed sheet, spray painted it. They made a school flag. It was really sketchy. Did a terrible job, but they made him a big old school flag. They duct taped it to his little cart, and guess what? They asked the head football coach of the football team if he could ride around the field before the game, and the coach said, I don't care, sure. There goes Josh with this big stupid looking flag. You know what happened? Standing ovation, not just from the home crowd, away crowd too. It was so impactful of a school of 3,300 kids who had a bunch of kids who didn't care, didn't want to be there, said school sucked, had cliques and gossip and judgment and bullying, and guess what? You drop a rock into water, it takes 1 liter, and all that water ripples. Josh was the rock, the love and kindness ripple too. And guess who showed up to a cheerleading event? And guess who showed up to a cross-country event? The new mascot of the school that was in the front page of the local newspapers twice that year because he had face paint and a cape and a big old flag, Josh Berger. He showed up, ASB showed up, Student Gov showed up, and then the athletic team started showing up. You couldn't get a seat in the bleachers to a soccer game. Best thing anybody's did for him. They built him a flag, And now no one treated him like a freak on campus anymore, pitying him with their eyes. They loved him. They gave him daps in the hallway. Yo, dude had 20 horsepower in his cart. He was a lady killer. I seen it. He's like, girls, you want to ride to class? 3 chicks would jump on the back of his cart. He'd zoom away. Couldn't keep up with the fool. Ray of sunshine at my campus. No one knew he was there. He was a ghost. And then 2 kids built him a flag, and it changed their whole campus. And you know what? Who was there when I got a call from the principal that I didn't attend enough school because I broke my leg and I'm in bed, right? And I'm feeling sorry for myself for weeks. I take that Vicodin. I get a call, hey, if you miss another day of school, you can't graduate, you didn't attend enough school. So I have to show up with a boot and a crutch, hobbling back to school. You know who's waiting for me? You know who's waiting for me in the parking lot? Guess what? It's not my teammates. It's not my friends. It's the smallest dude on campus, Josh Berger, a sophomore who is now a leader, who rolls up to the biggest dude on campus, Kevin Atlas. And now he has confidence, and he looks up at me, and he says, Kevin, I heard, man. I know you can't play basketball anymore. That sucks. I get it, bro. But guess what? I got your back, and we're going to get through this together. So, hear me out. I am telling you, that saved my life. What the hell have you done? Nathan, what have you done at the most spirited school in the country to keep this rolling? What flag have you built, or have you been showing up this far to school, you sophomores, you juniors, seniors in the room? If you ain't participating and making this place awesome, and a lot of you have, what flag have you built? What legacy have you brought into the table? How have you solved problems, or have you just shown up to complain? It's your choice. No one gets to tell you how to live, but I want you to be happy, and I'm telling you I've lived both ways. All I cared about myself was myself in high school. I was the basketball star, and I hated high school. Be better than me, show up to a band concert. You all have the absolute ability to make an impact. How many days make a habit? I showed you how. I became a leader. I am alive. And you know what the funniest thing is? Basketball still worked out for me. Life worked out for me. I couldn't see it, but man, leaders led the way, and I became a leader too. You couldn't get 2 words out of me in high school. Now I don't shut up. I found my voice. I found my love. I found my confidence. I got a smoking hot wife and models for Sports Illustrated. I got a 4-year-old son who's my whole soul. I got a 1.5-year-old daughter who's my heart, and another baby on the way. Let's go. And I love it. And you know what? My kids shouldn't be alive because I shouldn't be alive. Good thing somebody built a flag. I've collected hundreds and hundreds of suicide letters. Speaking in high school, there's so much pain here. But guess what, guys? It's temporary. You didn't decide to be born. This is the tutorial, and some of you have it harder than others, but that statistically means you'll be better on the other side of the tunnel. I'm just you in the future, and all I ask in return is when you get here, Jeffrey, when you do it, you don't have to be a speaker. No. When you do it, when you become and you have it, and you wake up every day and you're so freaking happy in your life, guess what? All I ask is that you turn around and grab somebody else and pull them through it too. You guys matter more than you know. If you don't do it, who's going to? All right. Hey, I love you guys dearly. I'm impressed with what you guys have accomplished so far. I know it's 400,000 degrees in here, and I'm the one projecting energy. I sweat through this shirt twice. But I see your shiny foreheads. I know it's hot in here. You guys have been an awesome, awesome audience. But hey, just hear me out. You guys have the ability to have a friggin' incredible 4 years. Stop floating. You matter. You don't do it. Who's going to? If not you, then who? Let's keep it rolling, Jeffrey. Thank you guys for having me. Love you with all my heart. Appreciate you.